Today we're doing some overdue maintenance and some light modifications to this E46 vlog style. Who knows? Thought it'd be fun to film this. The first sweet modification is I'm removing these gloss black grills and I'm replacing them with these fresh chrome ones. Normally people do it the other way around, but we got the shiny wheels, the chrome indicators, and I just think the gloss black is a little bit too random. The removal was very simple. You just unhook these clips and then pull it out. I'm guessing it's the same thing for the installation of the chromes. Installing them was actually easier. You just basically push it in. There's a clip on each side and you just kind of peel the clip back. Now some would say that the gloss black grills were superior, but in my opinion, they were just clashing too much. And I think these are cool. What do we think? Do we think that the chrome is good? I think the headlights need to be fixed up, buffed, but yeah, you know, it's pretty cool. Especially you get the whole look going on. Cool, maybe it looks like shit now. There we go, there's the look. Oh baby, I think they're cool. Could be worse. Now we're moving on to the more important stuff, the servicing component. So I'm replacing the coil packs and the spark plugs, oil and oil filter today. And the thing that I love about E46 is that these are the easiest cars in the whole wide world to work on. And that's not a joke. I've owned lots of different cars and you will just see how simple this is to work on. I forgot that I left my tools in the other E46 coupe. This doesn't belong to me, hence why it's full of cigarettes. It's just my buddy's car who was gracious to lend it to me when I needed it. It's a manual, very cool. Mine's an auto. Ooh, automatic, no. Gotta close the door carefully. There we go. Locked. Alright, we got the tools. So this is what I'd normally do spark plugs on and say is not difficult, but is time consuming. This is a Subaru and everyone says, oh, you gotta jack the motor up out of the car to change the spark plugs. I've never done that. I think that's the stupidest thing. The E46 on the other hand, to remove the valve cover, simple. It's just, you know, nice and easy. Just whoop, 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 whoop. Swing that off, nice and easy. Valve cover just comes off so easy. Oh, look at that. There's the coil packs ready to go. So easy, okay? This is what I'm saying. People are fearing BMW, and maybe that's stigma created by the community to keep these cars cheap, but look at that. This is so easy. My hands are not even dirty. Now, they did change the coil pack design on the later model, but these ones, look at this. This is how you unclip them. It's literally just... I need my other hand to reach that one. This is the hardest part we've had so far. I need to use my other hand. Simple. Easy. Come on. And then all you do is you just take 2 bolts out, just like any other coil pack. That's connected to something, I guess. Chuck them up here. They go missing. And then, I guess, yank it. There you go. Boom. Look at that. Freshy. You just pull that, I think there's a clip, and it comes off. Easy. Now, the coil packs we are replacing these with, none other than Max Peating rods. Now, there's a lot of stigma associated with this brand that I'm aware of. This E46 was a very cheap car, so we will use cheap parts on it. That being said, I am personally a big fan of Max Peating rods. It's got a 6 on it. Bosch, okay. I'm a big fan of that company. I think that the products are very good value for money. People disagree, but in numerous years, I've not had an issue. And if I did have an issue, it was sorted by warranty very quickly and easy. Okay, obviously they're gonna look the same, right? It's how they perform. Plus, I think these ones are actually fine. I've got no idea. I just wanted to buy these because they were cheap. $130 delivered for 6. All right. Every other company was selling the same design, Chinese ones, for 200 or so for this particular car. So I'm happy with that. That's for sure. They feel the same, look the same. Let's see if it works the same. Here's my socket, extension, extension, adapter, extension, adapter for removing the spark plugs. It's a little bit deep, as this type of situation normally is, so I just wanted to make it easy for me. Look at this. Ready, done. Just like that. This is a bit of a pro move. Alright, in case you don't have one of those magnety thingies and you can't reach, just a bit of hose, push it on the top of the spark plug and you can yank it out. Now let's investigate the condition of this. Okay. Very different design to the new ones that are going in. These are Bosch Platinum, so it's a good one, I guess. But these are NGK, which is what I will typically put in all cars. Supposedly pre-gapped. Yeah, pre-normal. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it in with the hose attached, and then I'm going to twist it a little bit until it catches the thread, and then I should be able to pull it off with the hose. Maybe I can record this in action. Not the greatest angle of all time, but you can see it. So this is what I do on other cars as well that have a lot less space to work with. So 350Z, I wouldn't call a 350Z a hard car to work on, but it's a little bit crampy, especially to do this maintenance. But this is how I do that. I completely missed. Oh, I think I'm in. Yes, I am. Literally just gonna spin that. There we go. The plug didn't come out, which tells me the plug is in the hole. Yeah, my super fancy tool that I made here. And finish the job. Sweet. Now, some people ask, what should you torque it down to? And I say, pretty tight. Until like it's pretty resistant, that's what I do. Okay, let's do the rest of them. Now I suspect the one at the very end there will be challenging because I got this gigantic rod, which I can customize the size of. So yeah, don't know how that'll go, but when I get to it, I'll let you know. It'll be the next clip, so it's not like you have to wait. I actually just lied to the viewers. Oh yeah, that's quite the angle. Anyways, I lied to the viewer about the next step. I said it was going to be the last thingy, but instead I'm installing the coil pack. I guess it should just be pretty easy, right? It should just... Imagine I bought the wrong ones, because I've already bought the wrong ones once. Oh yeah, it was right the first time. Actually, I should be not doing that. I should put it on first. There we go. And you push that down and literally just, I guess I just flap it on top. Yeah, put the screws in. I'm gonna keep recording so you can see that happening. I have to change that, use another adapter. 10 mil. And I guess those screws will just pull it in, right? I think my girlfriend's calling me. Thing I like to do after changing the first spark plug or coil pack is put it all in and then start the car up. If it's like misfiring, obviously there's a problem. Let's see how we go. I think that's fine. I should. There's no exhaust on it, so I mean it's on the stock exhaust. Maybe I need to sit in it or give it a little rev. Give it a little bit of a rev. Oh yeah, that's totally fine. There we go. Now we can proceed with the other 5, knowing that nothing is out of order, I guess. It's all good. So I'm at spark plug number 3. It's pretty well doused in oil, quite drenched in my opinion. This was normally the case on my 350Zs. I never fixed it, but it typically indicated we had a valve cover leak into the... Maybe it wasn't a valve cover leak, but a leak into the coil pack sockets. On the 350Z, that was a pretty unfortunate job to replace because of the V-shaped formation. However, in this situation, everything's accessible because it's a straight 6 and the intake manifold is not on the top of it. It's filed off to the side. So I think the smart thing to do, this is probably why I'm experiencing a intermittent misfire. I don't know if I mentioned that. Anyways. And it's probably also damaged the coil pack as well. So I think it will be wise to replace. I'll do some research, check Rock Auto for the part. It'll probably be this entire assembly. I think that's what it was on the VQ35. And yeah, that's probably what I'll have to do. But for now, let's change the spark plug and the coil pack and get it up and running. See, that's the thing as well. We got the cheap Max Peating rods, coil packs, and although they may fail in less than 1 year, which I don't know if that's actually true, it's just what some people are telling me will happen, chances are the oil will leak into it and destroy it well before then. All right, so imagine I spend $300 or $400 on coil packs, the situation will be different. The purpose of documenting this, that one there was also a little bit oily. Not extremely oily, just a little bit. That's the old one. It left a puddle, like it was very, very oily. But the next one was less so. So, yeah, I think that's strange on the VQ motor, which is what I have to compare it to. Normally it was the outwards ones, but in this situation it's the inwards ones. So, let's see if the ones on the far outside are bad. Same with the 2JZ GE, but that was always the one that was under the intake manifold because no one can reach that spark plug or coil pack anyway because they don't want to take the intake manifold off. Again, BMW straight 6 manifold on the side. Amazing. As you can see, my super long extension thingy can no longer reach on the next coil pack. What will I do? How will I ever be able to remove it? Am I going to change my mind about BMW and say that BMW actually is horrible and difficult to work on and you should never buy one? By the way, I'm not even like a BMW enthusiast. I've only had Japanese cars, 20 of them in my life, and I randomly got this E46 and realized how sweet they are to actually work on. But that could all change when I access the next coil pack. Maybe I need to make my super long extension a little bit shorter. Find out soon. You know what, honestly, fuck E46s. Nothing ever reaches in. You might have guessed it. That was a little bit of a joke. We were having a bit of fun on the channel there. If you're interested in more humor like that, feel free to like and subscribe, and you might see some more practical jokes like that. Alright, but seriously, there's one thing worth mentioning here. I just put... Oh, by the way, it was fine. I just removed the extension. My mega long, stupid extension. But the Max Peating Rod coil pack, what's different between this one and those ones? You guessed it. It's missing the metal clasp. Now, in this situation, I've got two options. I can look in the box that it came in and look for the clasp. Maybe it broke off. Or I can go online and complain and say Max Peating Rods, despite being the cheapest brand ever, is the shittest brand of parts on the internet. Now, I'll give you a minute to think about this. Okay, we went with the option where I just look in the box to find it. It's a removable little clip. No big deal. I don't know if it was option 1 or 2, I forget now. But yeah, that's cool. We're just about to finish that one. Bit of info on the oil issue. We had tons of oil on that one, little tiny bit on that one, and then even little less on the following one. So I guess the oil leak starts from the middle, which I guess can make sense if you talk about it in one way, right? You know, you can spin it and say like, oh, well, the middle of it. That's the most prone to leaking because it's not the edges where there's extra bolts or something. You know, you could make up some sort of story. My opinion is that, okay, it's leaking, it needs to be replaced. The far back one, pretty easy. I just made my super mega extension half. So now it's only a mega now it's only a mega extension and not a super mega. I just position it over the top there. I'm just gonna come in here, make sure this is on the, yeah, it's on the right setting. Watch this. This is where the magic happens. All while holding the camera. Wow. We're just gonna plunk the, oh, wow. Wow. That's so much talent. Just because E46s and BMWs in general are just so hard to work on, that's why that's a very talented thing to do. Obviously, this looks so hard. This spark plug is actually really jammed in there. The other ones needed only a little bit of torque to remove. This one is pretty well in there. I wonder if someone has actually replaced those 5 and left that last one because it is too hard. The space that you have to operate in there is significantly larger than any Subaru. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't even think Subaru is that big of a deal. It just takes more time because you're being tedious with your hand position. But look at that. It's heaps of space. So this is pretty funny. Obviously, I've been joking about how I've been making fun of how it's not actually that hard. But the last one I actually did make a mistake on. I was reaching my arm in there to put the bolt on, and I dropped one. And you know, it wouldn't just fall on the ground; it would fall like in one of these areas. Basically, it's not under the car. I've just reversed it back. So I think that's going to be a little trip to hardware store. I'll rip one of these ones off, take it to the counter, and they'll give me a replacement. I might even have one in here somewhere, but also maybe not. Yeah, worst thing, when you drop a bolt or a nut or something and you hear it hit the metal but you don't hear it hit the ground. Excuse the oil puddle. I serviced one of the other cars, made a little bit of a oopsie. But yeah, I don't know about you, but I can't see that bolt. So yeah, just go to the hardware store and get one. Next up, I'm gonna turn that off. It's a little bit annoying. Next up, we're doing the oil change. So that should be fun. Never changed, because again, I'm not like a BMW enthusiast. I just recently discovered this platform. So yeah, I'm not really sure on if there's any differences between literally any other car ever. I think this is the oil filter, right? I'll take that off when the oil's drained. I think that's it, which could be more fun with it being on the top than on the bottom, but it's just, we'll see. We'll see. I kind of need to mop that up, but at the same time, you can see the condition of this floor is quite mixed already, so it's not that big of a deal. I drive the car up onto planks so I can access under the car because it's so low. So I guess this is a good opportunity to see if the car will start, run, and not misfire. So let's see. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's really good how it's misfiring. I think that's what we wanted from this. It's gone away now. Maybe those coil packs are bad. No, that is a problem I've had with the car. Well, that's not working. Maybe I gotta give it a little bit of beans. Yeah, that is a problem I've had with the car. That's why I changed the coilbacks and spark plugs. But maybe the issue is elsewhere. Oh yeah, I made it up. Nice. Now the oil is all hot. I just found out, so we're doing the oil change. I just found out that the sump plug is located in the middle of the car. Over there, apparently. And I think that's a really stupid design choice because it puts you in a bit of a risky scenario to change oil. It's a lot of work for something that's very basic and normally here. So, BMW, what's going on, man? I thought you were easy. But, you know, maybe it's not that bad. You're gonna come in with me right now and see for yourself. So, I heard the sump plug. It's like right here. But I do not see it. Where could it be? It's not there. I'm sure of it. The YouTube video told me it's not. Oh, no fucking way. Yeah, okay, I found it. It's like, yeah, you can kind of see it. It's there. That's it, I think. So that's a really weird spot. I'm not really a big fan of what's going on there, but whatever, I guess. Okay, even with the car jacked in the air quite a bit, my bucket doesn't fit under. I mean, the car is about as high as I can make it, jacking from one side. I got my stand and my jack there. I'd have to probably get an equal height from the other side. So now I need a container half the size. So far I'm not really feeling this. Okay, so pretty much because I couldn't fit my bucket under there, I just is that even showing? There you go. I just cut one of these oil things in half, and I don't really know how this is gonna go. I think filming it will be funny. Cause yeah, I don't know how much oil's in there. I don't know if this is enough to catch it. I have two of them. The container is so flimsy, I don't even know how I'm going to like remove it from here, but yeah. Doesn't really matter if it gets on the floor, but it would be nice if I didn't have 5 liters of oil on the floor. So let's see what happens. The sump plug is this fucking weird style as well. Like, okay, here we go. Whoa. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna fill up pretty quickly and I'm gonna have to swap. Oh boy. Okay, you can chill. Oh my gosh. How much fucking oil's in there? What? I'm gonna have to plug this up. Come on. Slow down. It's not slow. How? What the fuck? Yeah, I need to put that fucking plug in. What the fuck? It's not even going back in now. What the fuck is going on? Oh man. It's about to overflow. Why is there so much oil, man? It had the low oil light come on about 3 months ago. So naturally I put some oil in it. Oh my gosh, it's everywhere. Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, so anyway, I had low oil light on, so I put like 3 liters of oil in. That was many months ago. This is a lot more than 3 liters, so maybe the oil sensor light thing is not working. There's so much. Oh my gosh. Let me get you the angle of this. Like I said, this is funny to get on camera. Oh shit, it's so much of it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this setup. Anyway, I'm gonna drag this out, pour it into a bucket, and start again, I guess. Alright, so I've cleaned up most of the oil. I need to get the car out of here to fix up the rest. I got a towel and some cleaning shit, whatever. It's fine. I called it that would happen, but not to that extent, I didn't think. You can see. You can't really see. There's a lot. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. The strange thing is the oil light came on about 3-ish months ago, in which that situation I put a few liters in. Maybe I topped it up later, but this is a 10-liter bucket and it's more than halfway full, and there's so much on the floor as well. So time to Google how much oil these cars take. Probably could have done that in the first place. Also, that's the oil filter. I don't even know if I have a fucking thingy to get that off with, so we'll see. I googled it. It's 6.5 liters to fill one of these, which obviously exceeds the capacity of that bottle. But again, it's just a little bit strange with the oil light coming on. But anyways, I need to find something to remove this. That's a big 6-sided, and don't know if I have that. I like that it's on the top, but I don't like that I don't just have that tool laying around. Alright, I couldn't find any type of tool to fit that. I'm gonna have to buy one, but I did find, and this is really cool engineering from BMW, that you can change your oil filter after the oil's filled up, not the other way around. Like, you don't have to drain it. So I can just go ahead and do my oil change here, or my oil fill up, and yeah, I can just buy the specialty tool and change the filter tomorrow, which would be pretty cool. So what did I say? 6.5 liters. I got about 1 liter here of 10W40, which gets us to 6 liters, and then I think I got what have I got here? Yeah, half a liter there of, this is 5W40 and 5W30, so it'll be fine. Right, I couldn't find any type of tool to fit that. I'm gonna have to buy one, but I did find, and this is really cool engineering from BMW, that you can change your oil filter after the oil's filled up, not the other way around. Like, you don't have to drain it. So I can just go ahead and do my oil change here, or my oil fill up, and yeah, I can just buy the specialty tool and change the filter tomorrow, which would be pretty cool. So what did I say? 6.5 liters. I got about 1 liter here of 10W40, which gets us to 6 liters, and then I think I got what have I got here? Yeah, half a liter there of, this is 5W40 and 5W30, so it'll be fine. Okay, so that oil is mostly cleaned up. I soaked it up with a towel, and then just put dish soap everywhere, the powdered kind, and that absorbed it and swept it out. Tomorrow during the daylight, I will power wash it. Such a hilarious situation. Funny thing is, some years ago I did the same thing, but at that time I lived in a townhouse where there wasn't just like dirt and grass, but like neighbors. Very, very close, separated by a fence. and I I knocked over a bucket like full to the top of oil, and the driveway was on a really big slant, and the oil just went all down the driveway. And I was like panicking. I was like getting towels and kitty litter and all this shit. I just moved into the house as well. I texted the um, landlord. I was like, "Oh no, look what I did! Look what I did!" And spent hours and hours and hours fixing it, and there was like bleach on the road, oil on the road, because there was oil from my tires on the road, and then bleach from me cleaning it. So the road was really clean in some places. I texted the landlord like, "Oh no, I fucked up." And then by the time it was fixed, I was like, "Hey, don't worry, it's all good." I was panicking as well. This was the first place I'd ever rented. And they just replied back, "Glad you got it sorted, thanks." And that was it. So it's nice to be a little bit more, I'm not sure if you call this rural, but yeah, very different scenario. I'm so keen to clean this place out soon though. It's pretty messy. I got some big deliveries coming in. Every time a big delivery comes, I spend one whole day just cleaning this place and making it mint. I've had a few jobs, customers' cars that I've been wrapping lately, so it's gotten out of hand, but keen for what's next. Anyway, let's take this thing for a test drive. That's the whole point of this. Check the misfire. Most importantly, make sure the fuel economy is right, because if fuel economy is wrong, we just wasted our time. Obviously, something's not working. So I guess now would be a good time to talk about my experience with servicing this car. I'm working on it as someone who's only ever worked on Japanese cars, and this is my first few moments owning this BMW, servicing it, and overall just the experience. It's all brand new to me. I'm gonna put the phone down now. I can't really record much. I would say I just think that a lot of the design choices are better in this car. I really like changing the spark plugs in the coil packs. The oil change, the reason why all that went wrong, and I would hardly call it all wrong, was because of me, and I called it at the beginning, so that was valid. But yeah, I think that working on this car is really, really easy. I would call it a pleasure, actually. I think equipped with the correct knowledge, now I can go into it next time and I'll have a really good time, especially with that oil change. Especially now that I know it holds 6.5 liters of oil. That's pretty up there. I end up putting in 6.2 of 10W40 fully synthetic. And yeah. Oh, one thing we forgot to do. We forgot to do something very, very, very important. You can set this little thingy here about when you want to service the car next. That little orange thing there. How do we do that? Is that it? Average speed, the time. It's not 323. 18 degrees. So I should be able to figure out how to reset that little guy in the middle, and that'll like give me a notice next time I should change the oil, which I think is a pretty cool feature. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get on the highway and check the fuel economy. Basically, we're looking for about 9 liters per 100 kilometers. That would be ideal. If it's like a ton worse than that, then yeah, then we just wasted our time with the max beating rods coil packs. But so far, that was probably the bolt I lost. But yeah, so far, runs pretty nice, as expected. Performance is all the same, no change really. So yeah, let's give it a rip. Alright, so fuel economy, looking good. We're going down the hill now, so it's obviously gonna improve. But yeah, 6.7. We basically wanted it to float around 9. And it's at 6.7 at the moment. Obviously we're going downhill, we'll go back uphill soon, so it'll compensate and whatever. But yeah, we basically just want it to be better than 9. So this is a pretty cool result so far. I'll check back in once I've gone uphill. There we go. That's where we ended at, 7.5 liters per 100 Ks. That was mostly cruise control, but even in residential area, I was just putting on cruise control. Obviously, that's going to go up because I'm idling, I'm not moving. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. I was aiming for about 9. Basically, if it was higher than 9, then that meant it was going to be bad. It went obviously much below, and I think this is probably within the factory measurement. So to conclude, work on BMW, easy. Fuel economy, max speeding rolls, coil packs, yeah, they're good. Performance was about the same, maybe a little bit more responsive, but that's probably as a result of new spark plugs. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. That's the video.